Hello everyone, I'm Malcolm the Hunter Association, your source for all things Hunter x Hunter. My name is Kaige.
And my name is Dylan.
And on this week's episode, we'll be talking about Hunter x Hunter in 1999, episodes 73 and 74.
Let's go.
Then, of course, we'll be going through our community comments. If you'd like to join the community and have your comment read, be sure to comment on the YouTube version on the weekly community post. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to help grow our community of Hunter x Hunter fans. Additionally, if you'd like to know when new episodes are live, click the bell to enable notifications. If you're an audio listener, make sure to rate, review, and comment on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at TXXAPod, as well as Bluesky at THAPod for podcast-related updates and distant responses to the weekly call-out posts. If you'd like, you can also still email us at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com. As always, we provided timestamps in the description if you'd like to skip ahead to any of the aforementioned segments. All right. A little bit of news this week. Got Chapter 419 submitted to Shueisha. Hell yeah. We're getting so close. Dylan was saying before, Shueisha right now has damn near an entire batch in their hands.
They're just missing
waiting.
One chapter, and then they have the full batch, just like ready to go, basically.
Yeah. When's it coming?
Dude, literally any moment now. I don't know what the holdup is at this point.
It's gotta be so soon. I don't know.
I'm convinced they're waiting for Modulo to end before they drop it. Like I'm severely convinced of that at this point. Like I don't know what else it could be, unless they're just waiting for Gonron Egg to just get booted out the door. But I don't know.
I don't know, because I mean I feel like for either of them, we still would have had an announcement by now, because we don't know how long Modulo is. Speculated like 3 chapters left, but Gonron Egg 4 max. So everything that's about to end, it's about a month away, and we had a month heads up last time. So like,
is it gonna be just
a
3 weeks announcement? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, guys. It's gotta be so soon, though. Like, holy shit, man.
And it's gonna be even more weird if we don't get an announcement and then we still get a tweet, in between this episode and next, saying that 420 is submitted. Like, what is happening at that point? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. It's so bizarre. But it's in our future, guys. Our near future. It's coming.
Yeah, for sure. Just gotta wait.
In addition to 419 being submitted, he also completed the inking process for 428. So he's moving right along with very high number chapters, which is surreal.
It's interesting. Makes you think.
And he also sketched Kite for that one, which was cool.
That was a very pleasant surprise to kind of see on Twitter when I was checking for updates. I don't recall the last time he's really sketched that character. Not that Kite is very relevant at all in the story right now also. So, just very cool to see.
Also, by the way, the Nen Survivor nonsense. So, it got delayed specifically in North America for iOS devices, which is both me and Dylan. So, neither of us can play it. So, I got nothing to say about it right now.
That's great. What a great launch.
Yeah, really solid launch. I saw also, like, the people that can play it, it's like a mess. Assets aren't loading. Like, people are just playing in, like, white voids.
That's ridiculous, because, like, the little bit that you played of it was, like, perfectly fine, right?
Yeah, it was fine. It was only the tutorial level, though, so I don't know what lies beyond that.
Wow. It's a damn shame. Hopefully they get it together.
I hope so, yeah.
Classic, though.
All right. That's all we got for news, so let's just go ahead and start talking about these episodes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
All right, everybody, welcome to our discussion on Hunter x Hunter 1999, episodes 73 and 74, or episodes 3 and 4 of the Greed Island OVA. Starting off with episode 73, Ren tests everyone's journey.
Solid. Nice. Yeah.
So we start off with this interesting sequence of Killua kind of reminiscing on his lovely childhood that was really awesome and nice.
Yeah, treated him really well, I think, from the looks of it.
Yeah, it looked really fun. Jealous.
Yeah, no colors at all in this entire retrospective.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that it has no color. I feel like it's probably not really. They probably didn't put too much thought into it, but it's like his world had no color back then. It was just so bleak.
Yeah.
That's how I like to see it. But
Simple but effective, right?
they probably just wanted to put a filter on it. So he's just reflecting on like his torture, basically the electricity stuff that got him his ability. And he also his conversation with his father about how his he's not really an assassin anymore. He's doing bigger, better things right now, or whatever. Go out and find your friend. I don't know.
Yeah, but he was specifically thinking about the conversation he had with him about like how like waiting is the most important thing, and like never go up against something that you're not prepared for. Yada yada yada.
Right. Yeah.
Which is weird because I feel like I always attribute that kind of like line of thinking conversation with like Illumi specifically. So I don't remember if it was like actually Silva that contributed to that as well. In all fairness,
yeah. This is actually. So now that I'm remembering, this is definitely an original scene because, I mean, the only conversation we really had with him and Killua before was about whenever he set him off and let him leave. Mm-hmm. And this is definitely not what this is. Also, Maha's there again.
Oh yeah, he is. Whoa, we're getting a lot of Maha content now.
We are. He's still hitting that same pose. He loves that pose.
Hands in pocket, they never leave.
Get a new pose, bro.
No, he owns that. He can keep doing it.
You're right. Yeah. So yeah, then Gon enters the room in the present, and Killua is like, "All right, forget all that assassin nonsense. I'm a hunter. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do some hunting together.
Let's hunt." Then we cut and see the whole what would you call this, interview process? I guess starting.
Like they call it the Great Island exam, I think is what they called it.
Yeah,
like the player selection exam.
Yeah.
Not really much of an exam, more so than it is like show and tell. But
it's really not they're not testing you on anything in particular. Just show me what you got, and I'll decide if you can come in.
Yeah, one person deciding that.
Like a talent show.
Yeah.
Yeah, a one-man judge is crazy. This guy, Patera, has a lot of trust in Sesgera. So, yeah, we see a bunch of the applicants just walking in the venue. Some familiar faces. We see Biscuit. We will talk about Biscuit a little bit, but she's really not a character yet. That's going to be more so next week.
No, I don't think she said a single line of dialogue yet, actually.
No, we haven't even heard her voice. But we have, I guess, real quick, we can just talk about her design because we've seen it enough in these episodes. It's interesting. It's a different color scheme than what I am used to seeing, obviously, but it is similar to the manga. Not exact, but similar. So it's fine.
A lot more pronounced like lipstick in this design, and then like one of our commenters said before in like the last batch, I believe. Definitely her design leads more into like the kind of like doll aesthetic,
right.
Which, I do kind of like to a degree. It does make this a lot more unique of an adaptation in relation to her design, so I like it.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't really have any complaints. The lipstick is a little off-putting. Like, I'm just not used to seeing that, so it stands out a lot.
Right.
But, whatever. Who cares?
It's something you'd get used to after a few more times seeing her, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get used to it. So, yeah, the exam, quote-unquote, begins. Sesgera walks out and just has everybody line up, enter in one by one, and I'll tell you if you can come in.
Did you recall, by the way, before this episode that Sesgera was a single-star hunter? Because that was brand new news.
No, I forgot about that. That is crazy, though. Yeah, he's a big deal.
Purely from taking on jobs that involved lots of money.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, he's well established. So I suppose it makes sense that Patera would trust him. A single-star hunters.
Yeah,
I mean, that's big.
it makes sense in retrospect now. Like, oh yeah, no, okay, I get it.
Yeah. So yeah, a bunch of people walk in, line up. Bisky's one of the first in, and the boys and Pooh Hat, but our subs called him Pooh Hut, which is
Yeah,
interesting.
I thought something was
That
off
really
with that.
threw me off. I guess it's in Japanese you'd say like Puhato, so Pooh. I just hit my microphone. I'll cut that out. It would be like, no, I don't really see how you can get Pooh Hut from that, to be honest. But whatever, it happened.
Whatever, you can stretch your mind for whatever.
Sure.
Who remembers this guy? Are we being for real here? Like,
I remember.
well,
Me?
one of us does at least.
But yeah, I will be calling him Pooh Hat because that is his name. Regardless. By the way, also we're not there yet, but the subs also changed. They don't say the Gene Ryodon anymore. They say the Phantom Troop. These subs are not as professional as the last subs we used, I will say, but whatever, they're fine.
It is what it is. I take it as it comes now.
Yeah, it's the life of fan subs, I guess. Anyways, Pooh Hat is trying to be big brain. He's like, I see through all these lies, these tricks, deception, and you, kid, you see it too, right? And I mean, honestly, I didn't really remember this scene all that well, and I kind of expect this to be like a comedy moment of Gon being dumb, but no, he actually kind of like feeds into it a little bit, which was mildly impressive. Impresses Pooh Hat, at least.
Yeah, no, and he complimented him on it too, which the scene was just really nice in general. He's like, yeah, no, it's good to like be both like dumb and smart, basically, is what it comes down to.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said it in a very like professional way though, but like it makes sense also. I don't know.
It does.
That seems really good for Gon's like just showing of character here, I think.
Yeah.
Because like he's definitely not like a dumb kid, but like his willingness to kind of just kind of go with the flow says a lot about just like his work ethic, basically.
Yeah. But yeah, he does Pooh Hat. Oh, actually, he doesn't quite go into the room yet, but we cut to the troop first, and they're just kind of playing around with the console. Machi's trying to break it, which is funny.
They had the weird sound effect here too, where it kind of sounded like flesh, but it was like they were trying to like break the game console. That threw me for a loop.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. By the way, while it's on the mind, I just want to mention I can officially say the soundtrack sucks. I think it's pretty bad. Every time I lock in and like listen to a track that's playing, I think it's pretty damn bad.
There was one or two tracks in the second episode here that I actually did kind of like, but we'll
really okay
when we get there. Yeah, nothing impressive though. I want to make that clear also, but
yeah, it's not as iconic as it should be.
Right.
Anyways, they're just talking about how I mean Phaeton and Finks, they're not leaving until they're done, or they can leave, whatever. Not anytime soon. That's the point. I don't think they're going to clear the game, personally. My personal prediction. I don't think Finks and Phaeton will clear Greed Island.
No, just an educated guess, right?
Yeah. So they're what's his name? Shalnark. Sorry, I almost said like Falnark or something.
Falnark, no. Fall from grace.
Yeah, Falnark is just kind of talking about the rules. This is a common thing. We're gonna get a lot of explanation of what Greed Island is.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just saying what he knows about it to the troop, and they're deciding what they should do. Should we send more people in, or just hang out? Anyways, back to the boys. Pooh Hat goes in, and Killua follows shortly after. Man, I'm messed up today.
This is gonna be a good episode.
But then there's a scene which is very interestingly directed, where Killua is walking to the room and he's having like a little vision, I guess, of him. I don't even know how to accurately describe this. He's like fighting against an apparition. I don't know what it is, really. Just sort of, I guess, a manifestation of his trauma, perhaps. I don't really know, but it's neat.
Yeah, because like
don't...
that, because it cuts to like Silva kind of like coming in and like grabbing his arm.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know. It's a really neat interpretation of his little like internal trauma that he's dealing with right now. When it comes to just going up against strong things, right?
Yeah.
I really dug it though, and I believe I could be misremembering. It's been a bit since I've seen this episode specifically, but I believe this scene, the music that was playing during it, actually what I thought was like pretty good.
Okay. Yeah.
So just overall, the presentation of that particular scene, I liked in general. It worked for me.
Yeah, that worked. I think it's it's kind of. I think what it's trying to get at is that whole thing we talked about way back in the Kilo retrospective, where we talked about how he weaponizes his trauma.
Yes.
And this is kind of like, I feel like he's something in his mind. We know it later to be more so Elumi, but I guess 99 he was just taking the liberty of encompassing it all into Silva. Silva being the one to stop him from like fully going all the way with it. He's like trying to strike that last blow at his childhood trauma, but something stops him. Can't quite get there. It's neat. I like it. So then Kilo enters the room with Sesgera and just obviously he asks him to show off his Ren, but then Kilo was like, how about Hatsu? He's like, okay.
So just show me what you got. Like anything's on the table here. Except for probably killing him. That's probably not on the table.
Yeah. And then he does his electric thing. He makes it appear between his hands and then shoots it onto the floor and leaves some burn marks.
And from here on out, I want to just like make mention that like I actually really like the direction of this scene as well. Like a lot of different like minute details that like really just like work for how impressive Killua was here to Sesgera. Just from him like twitching his eye a little bit when talking to him, and then like the light flickering. Yeah. The light flickering like very randomly as they're talking, and like having this like big like shadow overcome Sesgera's face, like as he's kind of realizing this kid is a little fucked up. This really worked for me as well, I think.
Yeah, so it's this part after where he says he passes, Aquila heads to the other room, and then Sesgera's like, how did you do that? Like, there's no way you could master that in such a short amount of time. And he was like, well, I mean, I've had a lot of exposure to electricity pretty much since I was born.
Due to family reasons, he said.
Yeah, due to family reasons. And then, that's when, like, the shadow gets casted over Sesgera, and there's a cool, like, lingering shot where the light behind him breaks. And it's really cool. And it's not like it's a random break. It was building to this. The light was, like, flickering and stuff before. It's a cool, like, final moment of the, of the scene. Mm-hmm. I liked that a lot.
I did too. Yeah, that was good.
Then we randomly cut to Leorio, a conversation that they'll have later. This was so weird. I don't know why they did that.
But also before that, when Killua went into the room of like all the people that accepted, did you notice the weird like 1 second like shot of like it was like a fisheye lens of like the entire room, and it looked really distorted? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
It's immediately after the light breaks. I don't know if you're like watching it right now, but like it looked so bizarre to me.
Let me get there. I'm really curious. Ew.
And for such a little amount of time, like what was the point of that?
I don't know. They were just experimenting. Digital animation's brand new. They just found out. It's like discovering Snapchat filters for the first time.
Just spamming like the dog filter on every selfie you take.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was incredibly off-putting to me, especially coming after like a really like well-directed scene, I thought too. So
that is incredibly bizarre. I didn't make note of that, but that is so weird.
But yeah, after that, then it immediately cuts to the conversation that we have later before it cuts back to the exam thing. Not these OVAs are fucking whack when it comes to the sequence.
They do the weird like non-sequential pacing, and it doesn't work. Like this is pointless here, especially. They're doing it when it doesn't. I'm not gonna bother talking about this scene right now because we're gonna talk about it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't know why that's there.
Put Leorio on pause for a minute.
Yeah, forget about Leorio. Anyways, Kilo's in the room, sees all the people that passed, and he gets surprised that Bluesky was one of them, or the mysterious girl. Who is it?
This scene made no sense to me. Also, I gotta say, because he was like, oh yeah, these are other people that passed, 6 people, and then she like miraculously like teleports in front of him, and he's like, oh
yeah,
7
even though
people.
she was sitting there before as well, but whatever.
It made no sense to me. I was like, did she just like appear out of thin air in front of Killua? Like, why is he surprised? How did he not see her? Like,
I do not know. I don't know what the point of that was. But moving on, we have Gon then taking his exam thing, and he does the whole build up and everything. We don't get to see what he does, but we do hear a loud sound, a big explosion basically, and we see the aftermath where the wall is just completely shattered, big hole in it, rubble on the floor. And Sasuke just like, man, these kids are... He says, what dreadful kids, he says.
I like the contrast of his reactions between Gon and Killua here, where it's like with Killua, he was kind of just like freaked the fuck out. And with Gon, he was just like... He wasn't even like scared of Gon necessarily. He's just like, what the hell is up with this kid? Basically.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I got my hands full of this one.
Yeah. But then... Killua was just like, that was you, right? Hey, buddy, what's your ability? And then Gon does it's a secret that Killua did to him last episode.
And then proceeds to get doggied by Killua.
Yeah. Then another random ass scene where Bluesky gets up and like gives the death stare to this random ass guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
She looked pissed too. I was like, "What the hell? Like, what am I don't remember this all happening."
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea what's up with that.
There's some weird like interpretations going on.
I'm pretty sure. Yes. Okay. This is even weirder. Unless I'm wrong, I think I'm not wrong. But this is the guy that gets blown up immediately. Also.
Yeah, you're right.
So like, what? Is this supposed to like try to bait us into thinking that Bluesky's the bomber or something? I don't know what's going on with this scene.
There has to be one person out there who saw this and was like, and then the next episode, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm the smartest." I figured it out. Yeah. I'm the smartest man alive. Bluesky is the bomber. Bluesky's behind that.
So, yeah, they whatever. I really genuinely have no idea. I'm excited to see if any of the comments point that scene out, because what the hell was that? Regardless, they end up picking 21 people to go into the game. They're like, all right, we're going to leave York New at 5 p.m. Get your stuff, get ready, let's go. And the boys do just that. They get all their stuff back at their decrepit hotel. And Gon does have his fishing rod. I forgot about this, but I did check, by the way, because also he'll enter the game with the fishing rod. Yeah, this also happened in the manga. So he did bring his fishing rod in. He just never did anything with it, and I guess he'll just lose it or something eventually. I don't really know what happens to the fishing rod, but
he finds his Hatsu and then just forgets where you came from, I guess.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Yeah.
Then we get a final conversation with Leorio. They're just showing him the contract, basically, and explaining how they got in, what's going on. And Leorio's just like, man, this is some crazy shit. This dude like gave half his wealth for these games. There must be a reason. And we cut to an interview with Patera for some TV station where he says it's about love. All about love.
Ominous.
Very ominous. So, yeah, Leorio's just going over their contract. It is a pretty lackluster final conversation between the three of them. But after the contract talk is over and they leave the restaurant, he just tells them to be safe out there. And Gon says, next time I see you, you'll be a doctor, right? And then he's like, oh, does that mean we're not going to see each other for a minimum of 3 years? And It's not 3 years, but it is a while before we see him again.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, that's it for Leorio now for the rest of our 99 experience, I think.
Yeah, I mean, unless they add some filler scene where he comes to Greed Island, I don't think we will see him again.
That'd be an entertaining thought, though. Leorio in Greed Island. There would be some funny shenanigans happening.
Yeah, he would be a blast on Greed Island. I think he'd be scamming people.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we could get Team Scalper back in there for sure.
Oh my god, yeah, dude, he'd be literally scalping cards too. Bro, they'd make a killing.
Yeah, I'm creating my own alternate timeline headcanon right now.
Yeah, you should write an AU fanfic. So then we cut back to the troop, and they're just like, I don't know, should we send Shizuku and Shalnark in there? Why not? Fuck it. That's pretty much the gist of that scene. Then we cut to the next day, or I guess after 5 p.m. I don't really know how the timeline, because they're leaving at 5 p.m., but then where are they going after that? Are they just all driving in a big bus to this location? I don't know.
They're taking a train, right? Is that what it was?
Oh, yeah, I think so, at least.
Yeah, no, yeah, because the Killua made a comment. It was like they reserved the entire train just for us.
Oh, right. He did say that. Yeah. Then, I mean, they're just waiting. They explain that only one person can go in at a time. You got to wait for the now playing thing to appear. They decide to go with rock, paper, scissors. Foreshadowing.
Oh.
Whoa. Gon wins. Also foreshadowing. And he uses his memory card with Jing's save data and heads inside.
Actually, that one wasn't foreshadowing because they said, remember, the loser wins. The loser enters first, basically, and Gon lost. He threw rock. Everyone else threw paper.
Oh, the goal was to lose?
Yeah.
You don't want to go in first?
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah. But
that's fascinating. Okay.
Well, it's foreshadowing in that Gon always throws rock, so.
Yeah. That's very true.
If you think about it that way.
Then he's about to go in, and he's thinking back, is his journey so far? I might be closer to Jing now. This is it. Huge moment. Get to see Kaide again with now blonde hair. Okay. Why are we changing hair colors of characters that we've already seen?
Who knows, man? I've just stopped questioning it at this point when it happens.
So he enters the game, and we get a nice look at the room, whatever it is, our border right now, although it's the 2011 version, if you're watching on the video version. It looks cool as hell. I actually really like the aesthetic in the 99 version of this room.
It looked way more like cyber like vibes than I was even really anticipating for the time. So
that's the thing. It's the cool thing I like about seeing this version compared to 2011 is you can see the decade difference in technology. This kind of blue vibrant vibe, not vibrant, but glowing light vibe, that is very 2000s tech looking.
Yeah.
And then 2011 you get the white and black.
Very monochrome kind of color scheme for 2011.
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah, he walks in, and that's it. We end the episode.
Not bad.
So, not bad. Yeah, I mean, pretty serviceable. Some interesting direction choices,
to say the least.
Yeah, some cool
good
stuff
and
that I
bad.
enjoyed.
Good
and bad.
That should be specifically mentioned there.
Yes. But they do some neat stuff with Killua that I enjoyed. It was it wasn't perfect by any means, but I liked it.
Yeah, I can't really complain too much about it. It's definitely I'm feeling the effects of how different the direction is of these episodes compared to the York New stuff. But
oh yeah, big time.
There's a very big difference to be felt here. But for what this episode was, it wasn't bad. I enjoyed myself for the most part.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, I don't have a lot to say about it. It's an alright episode, really. Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy at all.
It's our last episode before we enter Greed Island proper, though, so I guess that's kind of monumental. It's also crazy, by the way, that like only a little over half of this season is actually in Greed Island itself. It's just what, like 6 of the like five of the 8 episodes are in Greed Island. All right, so next up is episode 74, Start Spell Town of Prizes. Okay.
Yeah.
Straightforward.
Very.
So we continue where we left off. Gon has entered the room and sees Eta, I think that's her name, right? Eta, something like that. The starting girl. Something like that. I think so. I'm right.
Yeah, Eta.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Eta, the starting point girl, who we will see this one time. That's it. Well, no, wait, one more time later.
Isn't that like her that's a twin sister or something? Yeah.
Yes, but we'll see her again when Killua leaves.
Oh, you're right.
Comes back.
Right. Yes.
Yep.
Forgot.
So now, this is where I'm just gonna fly through because this is basically half of the episode, or like a quarter of it at least, is just spent explaining Greed Island rules.
There is one thing I want to mention, and I can't remember if 2011 did this as well, but I thought it was interesting that like when she's relaying Jing's message to Gon, as we're about to say, she like speaks it herself, but it's like Jing's voice. Like I thought I remember 2011's adaptation of that, and I don't know how it is in the manga. It's just like a actual like video or audio recording that she plays.
Audio. Yep, yeah, I was going to make note of that too. Yeah, 2011, it's just like it plays over the non-existent speakers or whatever. But yeah, no, here she says it in his voice. It's really funny. I like that. It's kind of fun.
It was very creepy, I thought, in a way. But like, I dug it. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool at least. Like,
yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting decision. Her vibe, honestly, in 99 here is a little freaky. Like, she's not as cute as 2011. She's more like, whoa, what is this thing?
Like, this person could be like plotting against me right now, and I would never know. Like, it's off that kind of vibe. That never really gave me that vibe before in 2011. No, so I thought it was interesting.
But yeah, noteworthy things throughout this first quarter. Just they play the message. It's just kind of Jing being like, I mean, you're not gonna get anything out of this, but have fun.
I just wanted to brag,
Yeah, just want to show off a little bit. And there's also a little cute moment where like she's explaining the rules and she's like, all right, I got one more thing, and Gon thinks in his head like, oh, this is bad, I can't remember more than this. I thought that was funny.
That was funny.
Also, I want to talk about the book for a second. We'll be seeing this a lot, obviously, but a lot different than 2011. And I will say, honestly, the manga, I don't really think this is what it's supposed to look like. It's like stone. It's like the pages are like engraved stone with like slots to put the cards in. Rather than just like a binder, like a card binder that we see in 2011.
Dude, those corners on those cards are going to be so dinged up by the end of the set.
Oh, yeah, it's over. Crazy.
There are no PSA 10s in that binder.
No, sir. But yeah, basic Greed Island rules. Get the 100 cards, you win. Spell cards in the back. Turn items into cards. Lose, you die.
Can't turn the items back into cards, once you revert them back to an item.
Yep. I think you guys know the drill.
Yeah. This is literally just like Greed Island 101 that's being talked about here. And in terms of actually talking about anything related to like the 99 adaptation itself or like the animation or whatever, I mean, aside from like the book's design, like it's not really a lot to say here, unfortunately, I think.
Yeah, no, not a whole lot for me to talk about here, but it was a fine scene. I think it effectively explained everything.
Did a better job than they ever did explaining Nen, so gotta give them points for that.
Yeah, that's very true. So now we enter the iconic starting area, the little building in the prairie.
Now this is where I took note of the music and I was like, okay, this is good. I actually really like the track that played here as Gon enters Greed Island for the first time.
Okay. That wasn't bad. I think it was a little basic, but
It was,
it
but
was all right.
it did its job of making this feel like a grandiose like moment, you know, like there's like a whole new world that they're entering, you know, and it made it feel kind of monumental in a way.
You know what? It clicked with me what this music is reminding me of, and you could actually, depending on who you are, you could view this as a good thing and fitting. But this reminds me of RPG Maker music. It's like exactly what RPG Maker music sounds like. So I mean, fitting, I suppose.
I mean, yeah, if you put it that way, I kind of like it more, low-key.
I'll try the next time we watch. I'll try to reframe myself and have that in mind. Maybe I'll enjoy it more. So yeah, Killua Gon was the first one in, so he's got to wait for Killua, who's like 17th or whatever. So he's just kind of chilling, watching all these people walk out, see all the classics. The Nen Exorcist. Oh man, what is that guy's name? It's gone. I'm not gonna bother. Bluesky, Garenu, our boy, and then these two guys.
These two chumps.
Yeah, the big guy with fangs is waiting on his Afro buddy. Comes out and he's like, "Yo, somebody's watching us," which is something Gon knew, but he wasn't sure if everybody else noticed, and that kind of keys him into be like, okay, so everybody can feel that. Mm-hmm. And then Killua comes out and immediately is like, yeah, somebody's watching us.
Yeah, he's like, thanks for waiting. Yeah, we're being watched.
That was so funny to me. Literally, he didn't even say a word. He's just like, yeah, somebody's watching us right now.
Hyper aware Killua.
All right, bro, we got it.
I think everyone got the picture, man. Don't worry.
But yeah, they're just trying to figure out which way they go. It's a big open field. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They each pick a different direction, and then I don't know whose way do they even go. Oh, Gon just kind of forces.
Well, no, they play rock paper scissors. Basically.
Oh, they do. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and Killua lost.
Wow, a lot of rock paper scissors in this episode.
Oh.
Yeah, they do play.
Well, it's almost as if it's leading to something involving that.
Yeah, it's almost like
foreshadowing.
Wow, genius. Then Killua asks him, so like, what's in your binder, bro? You got that save data from your dad. It's gotta be crazy. I got nothing, bro.
No cards. Just a message.
Absolutely nothing. Just a message.
Just a message saying, have fun, fuck off, you know?
Yeah, basically. Then a man comes flying through the sky, crash lands right in front of him. What an introduction.
With the Somi headphones also, by the way.
Oh, let's go. Wireless.
Yeah. That's the new tech at the time.
2003 or whatever it was. So, yeah, it's how you expect. He's showing off all the Greed Island stuff like right away. They have no idea what's going on. Pulls out that book. They don't pull out theirs. He's like, these guys are chumps. So he uses
up their player data, you know.
Yeah, he uses whatever spell to look at their data. They got nothing. It's like, all right, easy prey. And then he uses
Trace.
What is it, Tracer? Trace?
Maybe I'll be Tracer.
Yeah, you literally said that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, and Killua tries to run, but it does not work, which is a good way to show off that, yeah, you can't really do anything about spells.
Especially using Killua, when he's like the most like...
exactly.
Just, like, dodge out of it for free, you know? But,
yeah.
Nope. Gets hit by Trace. Doesn't know what it does also. This guy does not elaborate at all on what the hell he's doing to them. He's just speaking to himself the entire time. Like, they don't know about spells. Oh my god.
I know, he's such
easy.
A freak. That's all he does. He's just like, man, these guys are losers and chumps. Wow, this will be an easy kill. That's all this guy's thinking about, bro. Alright.
But unfortunately for him, as soon as he hits Killua with the Trace, he gets the fear of God instilled in him.
Yeah. I love the lie. He's like, what have you done to me? That's so sick.
I just like how immediately he's like, "Oh, return!"
Yeah. And he's gone. He flies off.
So
Yeah,
what a first time experience for our boys here.
it's like a random encounter in an RPG.
Yeah. And maybe that's what I like about this scene, because I didn't remember much of this like event actually happening aside from just like like a random guy shows up. It's been a bit since I've really experienced Greed Island like that, but I kind of like that. Just like out the gate, they just experienced something. They're just like, okay, like what the hell happened there,
Yeah, yeah. It's a really effective introduction, I think.
Mm-hmm. At least for like the how you can actually utilize the mechanics of Greed Island. It's a really simple one, and this guy is obviously not going to be too relevant going forward. But just a nice little way to kind of kickstart everything and showcase what we're going to experience episodes from now.
Yeah. So the boys are just walking, and eventually they stumble upon a city. And by the way, one of the things on their mind is they're just kind of worried about what that spell did, but they kind of just shrug it off. They're like, guess we'll find out. Mm-hmm. So they make it to their first city, and they approach this wall that has a bunch of posters on it.
So
and there's a bunch of Easter eggs in here.
That's what I was gonna say. This is where like the Easter eggs and trivia happens of this episode in particular.
Okay. Well, I noticed two in particular.
Okay. Which ones did you notice?
I noticed Togashi is there, the Togashi dog mascot, and Hiei is the other one I noticed from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Gotcha. There's also Togashi's wife Naoko. Her manga Sona is also on the wall.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that.
She's there. So her,
That's
Togashi, cool. and Hiei, right? That's his name.
Hiei.
Okay. Hey, listen. I just started Yu Yu Hakusho. I haven't met him yet, so.
Yes, Dylan's been watching Yu Yu Hakusho, guys. Please clap.
Please clap for me.
Yeah, it's also it's much earlier. I think it's whenever I think it's at the front of the Zoldyck family gate, but Hiei also makes a cameo there in the manga. So still got the cameo in, just a different spot.
Togashi really likes Hiei, huh?
Everybody loves Hiei. He's the goat. All right, so yeah, they see a poster for a lost dog, and that's about it. I just wanted to point out the Easter eggs. There's really nothing substantial in that scene.
Well, a little fun tidbit also is that when we saw them walking through like the prairie, like earlier, like right before that guy slammed into the ground, we actually see that dog just like walking by them. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Oh,
I
wow.
thought that was pretty fun.
That's a really funny detail, actually. Wow. So then they're looking at this bulletin board, another one, just figuring out stuff to do. Rock, paper, scissors tournament.
You get the Sword of Truth if you win.
Yeah, dude, huge. It's held on, I don't know, someday in September. I don't know when, but they're like, oh, are the months even the same in here?
They are.
Yeah. Oh, it's on the 15th, September 15th, and they find out it's September 11th. Never forget.
Never forget.
Wow, this came out after 9/11 too.
Yeah, the way it kind of topical considering what happens at the end of this episode too.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh man. Anyways.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we get a little tease here when a random guy walks away from the crowd. Looks like he's
yes, yeah, random guy, very important guy, the guy that Bluesky looked at. Hugely important character.
Yeah.
And then somebody follows behind. Holy shit, guys. Who could that be? That's probably a real badass.
I bet, yeah. No, that's ominous. Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah. Then they get hungry, so they go get big spaghetti that is free if they eat it in 30 minutes.
The chef that makes this should have been in our Glove Shadows episode.
I love this guy. Yeah, I forgot about him completely. I love this man. He's wonderful, and he has a whole crew of people that look exactly like him.
Yeah,
it's really nice. So they're eating and getting information out of this guy to they just get like basic stuff. Like what do they ask him? That's
talk about like how many people participate in these events for these cards.
Yeah.
How do you use this magic? And he's like, oh, like what's that?
That he doesn't know. Yeah, the really important stuff he doesn't know, like magic and I don't know, some other shit.
Knowledgeable. What's that?
Oh yeah, knowledgeable. What is that? Yeah, they're trying to find like an informant, so they're like, oh, who's the most knowledgeable guy in town? Yeah, and then after he leaves, I love this. Gon's like, his vocabulary is not very big, is it? And then Kilo has to explain, like, oh, he's just an NPC.
He's not a real gamer, right? Kilo has to keep reminding himself of this.
Yeah, Kilo is the gamer here.
We should have brought up in the last episode, I really liked the small conversation they had before they entered Green Island when Gon was like, what does he mean by like everyone like plays in the same place? And Kilo's like, oh, this is going to be rough to explain to a gaming newbie.
Yeah.
So
it's funny.
If you didn't think Kilo wasn't a gamer before, there's your confirmation now.
A little something for the gamers.
Yeah.
In this episode. So yeah, they're eating, figuring out what they're doing next, and explaining what an RPG is to Gon. Finish eating. Gon, I think they didn't say who finished and what time, but I assume Gon was 10 minutes and Kilo was 13. I don't know. That's just my guess.
Yeah.
But we do know 10 and 13 minutes is the finish times. And they get a card, which is something fish guy.
It's a fish guy, yeah.
I don't know what the hell it's called.
Galgaida, I think.
Yeah, something like that. That sounds right. Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, fish.
Who cares? It sucks. It's like he explains the rarity system and all that, and yeah, this one's nothing special. So they go to leave, and then the guy stops them. He's like, yeah, the spaghetti was free, but your drinks weren't. Got your ass. So they go to pay with... And it is still Jenny. It is still called Jenny.
Yeah.
So you cannot blame Killua for pulling out real Jenny. But no, that doesn't work.
It's like, yeah. It pulls out the Jenny card.
Yeah, you gotta pay with this. So why can't they just turn that into a card, though?
I would assume because that Jenny did not, like, that cash does not originate from the game itself.
Okay, so the stuff has to originate from Greed Island to be turned into a card.
Yes, yeah. So this is where they get the information, too, that they can actually, like, trade cards in for cash that they can use.
Right. Yep, yeah, so they have to wash the dishes to pay off their soda, which is ridiculous. It's like $1, bro, come on.
This restaurant kind of sucks ass. What the hell is this?
Yeah, come on, bro. But they do end up getting intel from this, like learning how they can make money. They have to sell cards. Mm-hmm. And then Kiyo's like, oh, that was like a extended event or whatever. Only got that information because of that.
Yeah, we triggered an event in the game. It's like Dragon Quest.
Yes, just like Dragon Quest.
Not so much like Dragon Quest, though. We then hear a loud boom and go into this last part of the episode.
Yeah. So, guy blew up. He blew up.
He blew up. I gotta say, this looked fucking gnarly, too, I thought.
Yeah. I respect the hell out of this. This is something that 2011 kind of, waved past because they weren't all about that. But, yeah, this is more accurate to what it looked like in the manga. Pretty gruesome. His whole stomach is just it's he doesn't have one anymore.
It's up in smoke, literally. Like,
yeah.
And it has but like the way they portrayed his face as well, it kind of gave me chills a little bit. I'm like, oh my god,
it's haunting.
That guy died a very painful death. That is crazy.
Yeah. No, that's a rough one, bro. His face is just stuck on like, oh, I'm fucking dead mode. That's just how he died. That's rough.
They so Gon and Killua were trying to get what the hell happened, and this guy's like, he just randomly exploded.
It just blew up from the inside. And then they get kind of worried for a second. They're like, oh, is that what they did to Killua? Which I'd be freaking out too.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, like if this could happen to just like this guy who just entered the game with us, then that's
Yeah.
not good. Not good.
But homeless man appears behind them and explains that, don't worry, guys. There's nothing in the game that's like that. You're chill, and I'm also chill. Come join my cult. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
So that's basically that. It just explains that everything's good and we have a surefire way to beat the game. So come on. That's where we end off.
Yeah. Who could have blued up that guy? I wonder.
I don't know who blew him up, but I guess we'll find out. Yeah, pretty all right episode. It's about what you'd expect from the first episode of Greed Island.
Yeah. Not a ton to speak to because half of the episode was just explaining the rules, right? So nothing exciting to talk about there from an adaptation, standpoint. But
No.
I thought the guy being blown up was, pretty entertaining. Just like that scene, just like depicting that. And then, it's just going and kill antics aside from that. So not much more you could ask for out of an episode like that. I thought it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, visually it's fine still. I don't have like any major issues with how it looks yet. I mean, obviously it is a downgrade from the TV run, but
right, yeah,
it's still fine. I don't know. It's very of the time, stock standard stuff. Even some like decent moments of pretty all right animation. Like I thought the guy flying in and landing looked pretty good.
Yeah. All looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, totally serviceable. We are finally in Greed Island. It's kind of surreal, honestly, to be seeing Greed Island in 99. It doesn't feel right. I don't know.
Because like I always attributed 99 to just like this like darker and grittier aesthetic, associated with York New. But like it always slipped through my mind that like, Greed Island is a part of that too, but it's like so like such a colorful world, in contrast that it feels wrong to kind of think of 99 in that light. So it's been interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to get into it. Like, we're going to get Bluesky next week. We're going to start Nen training, and that's going to be like the real telltale sign. Like, is this a good adaptation? Because I got to see what Nen really looks like in this new art style. Like, proper, like, what does Jaja Ken look like? How does Killua's... Well, he doesn't really do a lot with electricity in Greed Island, honestly. It's more so yo-yo time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see how that looks, too.
Yeah. I'm hyped for yo-yos. The bomber, bro. Oh, my God. I'm so hyped to see Genthru's polycule. It's going to be hype.
Hey, to be fair, like, if they keep up with just, like, the after effects of the bombing, like they did with this guy, then, that could look pretty solid. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I'm really excited to see the final fight because if it continues the same trend with like minimal censorship, we might get like really messed up looking going, like full arm off and everything, which we didn't get in 2011. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, no, I'm very curious to see how they do that. So, even bomber related things I'm looking forward to here. So we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think with that, we're ready to see what you guys had to say about these episodes.
Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Okay, now it's time to read what you guys have to say about Hunter x Hunter 1999 episodes 73 and 74. Usual reminder, if you want to get in on the fun discussing any given topic week to week, make sure you keep an eye out for the YouTube community posts as well as the call-out posts on Twitter and Bluesky. And of course, if you want to email us your thoughts for whatever you would like to tell us, you can do so at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com. So, starting off today with Weary Exile's comment from the YouTube community post. Episode 73, Ren tests everyone's journey. Chapters adapted, 125 through 126. Lots of small changes here and there. Like the venue was made to be a lot fancier and I guess ominous rather than the normal stage in the manga. Batera isn't even here, and this is just Sezzy's job, is where Exile puts it. Yeah, and Batera's just not there at all. That is kind of interesting. He has better things to do, though, I guess. It's believable.
I guess so, yeah.
Like, buy more Greed Island copies.
Yeah.
The Machi scene is all original, too, and while it might be a bit weird for her, I'm grateful for cheeky Machi. It seems as OVA in general is trying to be a bit more melancholic than the manga, which would be cool were it not for the fact that melancholic is like the last word I'd use to describe Greed Island.
Yeah.
That's a good point. They did kind of like lean more into like, the mysteriousness of Greed Island and like, maybe you could not survive going into it, at points when talking about it. It's interesting. I'd sooner expect stuff like this in level E, and even then only to set up a joke.
True.
Episode 74, Start, Spell, Town of Prizes. Chapters adapted, 128 through 129. Nothing much was changed, per se.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
I can't argue against that.
No. All right, thank you, Weary Exile. And next up is Insert Name, getting them in early this week. Says, off last week, it was interesting to hear you talk about the money. It's clear you guys are unaware of one of the cooler things we know in Hunter x Hunter, the conversion of Jenny into yen and dollars. Oh, okay. There's much debate about how to do this, as obvious inflation exists and having two separate translations on how much the money it is. The wiki, for example, states 294.815 based on yen conversion, or 134 viz. Huh.
Okay.
With that, we can put some things into context. The 12 million Jenny entry fee is $90,000 to $127,000.
Chump change.
The 17, yeah, the 17 billion for a copy he offered 1 year after the game came out is $130 to $180 million. Okay, that makes it sound more reasonable for a wealthy person. Yeah. The 50 billion to beat the game is $380 to $530 million. We see him win 3 games in the series. 30.5 billion Jenny, or $230 to $320 million. 27.8 billion Jenny, or $200 to $290 million. Then you crossed, I don't know what this is here.
This is just a formatting thing, because like the dashes, I think, like in the YouTube comment, it made like a strike through the entire thing.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so 60.2 billion Jenny, or 450
to 640
to 640 million. Oh wow, so it read. That's interesting that it does that. I didn't know
there was just like an extra space in there or something, or like a lack of, and that caused that, I'm assuming.
Huh. He buys 32 cartridges. If you take the average of the 3 cartridges we see him buy, I think it would actually be less, as we can assume that he bought some prior to the auction at lower prices, closer to 17 billion he offered 1 year after the game. And multiply the average by 32 cartridges, we get 9.4 or $13.3 billion on the game. Wow.
Holy.
That's still a lot. That's still a lot. Given we know that's half his wealth, he probably only has 18.8 or $26.6 billion. Now we know he had hired 100 hunters, owned castles, etc., so he probably spent more, and that's just how much he had at the moment. Assuming that $206.6 billion number is somewhere close, he would just barely crack the top 100 richest people in our world at 94th place.
That's insane perspective there.
That is insane. For context, he'd be really close to the level of wealth of the owner of the Los Angeles Rams. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Really puts things into perspective. Yeah. Thank you for that. I was actually really curious about that since last week.
That is interesting.
Also, I think I figured out what's going on with the beetle in chapter 120. The beetle, like the beetle phone. What is this? We see a pile of trash in the hideout, and there's a box with a beetle on it and a beetle on the ground. I think they interpret it as a voice-activated toy.
Oh, was that with like? No, I'm thinking of the wrong scene. I was thinking of the scene with like the spider running across the floor. I'm not sure what you're talking about here. I probably would remember as soon as I go back to like see what you're talking about, but it's not coming to mind at the moment. My bad.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Welp, I think you guys have gotten your first definitive glimpse at what really puts the nail in the coffin for the OVAs. Nen just doesn't look good. I actually don't really know that yet, to be honest. We haven't really seen a whole lot of it. This computer generated heat effect just feels immensely lazy and doesn't ever work. To its credit, the colored auras of 99 are visually distinct, but it just doesn't hit. I need to see more still. I honestly, it hasn't the way they do Nen in this OVA hasn't really sunk in with me yet because I haven't seen it enough. So I'll pay more attention next batch, I guess. We're gonna see a lot more of it coming up anyway, but yeah, not a whole lot yet. And in these episodes, we get our first glimpses of some truly terrible computer-generated images. That fucking floor is one of the ugliest things in all adaptations of Hunter x Hunter. It just looks so fake. Its texture is just so out of whack with all the other visuals. The curtains are similarly bad, albeit less so. The room looks like a shitty background in an early 2000s visual novel. I can see that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so sparse and lazy, not to mention when they have characters like Sesgera and Killua standing there, the frame of reference is all off. Based on how big they are and how small the door is, the door must be like 4 feet tall. They just really haven't locked down the digital animation. Also, the chairs in the waiting room look awful. It's just early digital animation, yeah. I mean, this is far from the only anime that looks like this in the year 2003.
True.
But yeah. The light continues to be a problem. I know this word, incandescent backgrounds that permeate every scene of this show just feels unnatural. The TV run covered up images I wanted to see. This is showing me what I don't. I'm convinced Abangane, that's his name, that's the anexorcist, has become lighter because he was sun bleached like a trading card left out in the sun of the light. Is he lighter? I didn't even really pick up on that.
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I'd have to go back and check, which I'm not willing to do right now.
They clearly have gotten digital systems that make it easier to do panning shots and zooms, and they are spamming the shit out of them like a newbie to a fighting game discovering a multi-attack with high lag. And another bad fisheye in this episode. Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to get at. It's just like playing around with Snapchat filters for the first time. They're just having fun because they have access to all these new things. I forgot that they charged money to apply.
Yeah, nice and easy. Like $100K, right? Was that the
something like that
the figure? God.
I miss Pooh Hat's 2011 design. 2011 doesn't get enough credit for choosing the best version of crying designs for characters. Crying designs?
That has to be a different word.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you meant. But yeah, I also enjoy Pooh Hat's 2011 design. One thing that's always bugged me is that the announcer guy in the tryouts makes a disclosure about Nen. Now, I'm assuming they pre-checked to ensure everyone was a Nen user prior, but then why would they clarify Nen is required in the disclosure? Come to think of it, why does Batera get to know about Nen? I mean, he's rich. That's probably the answer.
Yeah, it's as simple as that, I think.
You can buy knowledge. I have mixed feelings about the Killua stuff. Visually, a lot of the stuff bugs me. I get why they used it, but the chain feels like it's muddying the imagery between Killua and Kurapika. Okay, yeah, actually, I do agree with that, but I think they only did that once. So
yeah, that was a very brief part of it, from what I recall.
Yeah, but it was that thing because you hear. I think it might be how the episode opens, or I don't remember when the chain is used exactly, but. As soon as I heard that sound, my mind went to Kurapika. I was like, "Whoa, what is about to happen right now?" So yeah, they kind of messed up with their associations here, because they already set up so heavily that you hear that sound, that is Kurapika. Mm-hmm. But yeah, whatever, it's fine. My autocorrect already does that. I don't need the Greed Island OVAs doing it too. On the one hand, I think the mental aspect here is implanting an idea that, given what we know, probably should be present. Killua should be anxious because of the needle about showing his den ability, but on the hand, I know the needle exists, and this whole section is kind of weird, and bringing attention to it is probably not for the best. I also just don't like the presentation. The weird effect is odd. you can do a thing where a person's internal feelings are shown through flashback while keeping them stoic, but it just doesn't work here. I would have liked more visible anxiety on in the moment Killua that matched the flashback. I also just think every time someone walks through the tunnel, it looks ass. A little bit.
I mean, yeah, I can give you that much on the tunnel at least. But yeah, like I don't know. I don't mind the Killua stuff there. I think it just like, especially with the perspective that like, as long as I can tell myself that like they don't know that the needle is like going to be a plot point. Like it wasn't even brought up at all until when it happened in the manga, right? To explain why he was dealing with all that. I can appreciate that kind of like the approach of like the mental aspect of it more so.
Yeah.
Moving on to the rest of Insert Names comment. Okay, so you finally get a look at Bluesky. Her design just doesn't work. I'd put it in the top 2 mistakes in the OVA behind the look of Nen. All right, I might be a little harsh there, I think.
You're jumping the gun on a lot of stuff. I barely have an opinion formed on both Nen and Biscuit yet. All right.
Her design just doesn't match the art style of the other characters and is constantly off-putting. Yeah, but like, isn't that like kind of like the point that like she's like just like too pretty? Like her sense of prettiness is like way out there compared to like everything else in the series. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like even in the manga, I really like that. That's something I can. I know I don't talk about the manga a lot because I mean it's been the longest since I've read that. I've watched 2011 and 99 more recently than that, but something I do very vividly remember from reading the manga is how distinct Bluesky looks. She kind of like jumps out. It's almost like she's drawn in a different art style. She's not literally, but she's so different looking that it looks like she is. Mm-hmm. It's I mean, it's the Sailor Moon influence also. That's kind of what she's all about.
Right, yeah.
So to that point. And yeah, I don't know. I think it works fine. She does stand out, but I think that's intentional.
Exactly. Personally. Yeah. That's the point I was trying to make there too. 1999 seems to always choose the earliest version of a character's design when possible, even when the alternatives exist. 2011 does the opposite most of the time.
Yeah, but 2011 has the benefit of hindsight.
True.
99 doesn't. I mean, we did have the redesign at this point for Bluesky, but I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have a problem with it personally. Interesting choice of train. Do the Japanese use those for passenger transport? I've seen it exclusively used for pulling freight. Yeah, no, they have train systems there in Japan. Yeah. For sure. It's interesting they interpreted that as Jing speaking to Gon through Eita's body as opposed to her just reading the message. Like, she is speaking the message in the manga, but why they decided to have Jing speak through her is beyond me. Kind of interesting, though. Yeah, I think that adds more to like the mystique of just like the technology they're dealing with in Great Island, just how like out there it is. So I like it for that, at least. Welcome to Windows Vista, Gon.
Yeah.
As with Nen, the spells just look awful. Am I forgetting, or do the cats not demand money in the form of a card in other versions?
I do not remember.
I don't either. Maybe that's 99 exclusive, but it was fun. So if it was, I'm not opposed. And we end on the guy Genther shoved his spindly little arms down his throat. Given how he explodes here, definitely exploded from inside.
Yeah, they said that themselves too. Yeah, so he had to have reached in through his throat and said, "I am the bomber," or whatever.
Freaky ass bomber, dude. Holy hell. That's a funny image. Okay, I'm going to stop thinking about that now. You know, lots of interesting comments from you this week, as per usual. Insert name. Thank you.
Yes. Next up is from Magitech, who says, if anything sounds weird, it's because I had a PC crash when I was 2/3 done, and I had to stay up to 4 a.m. to rewrite everything. Oh, man. Well, you are a brave soldier.
Wow.
Okay. I'm sorry you had to do that.
Yeah,
you really didn't have to, but
that's awful.
Thank you anyway. Episode 73, and we start with a flashback of Killua being tortured. Yep. I guess the director hadn't gotten all of those chains out of his system. Yeah. Jokes aside, this makes sense. It's all about reinforcing that good old Zoldyck indoctrination that Killua is taking his first steps into overcoming today. Also, look, Maha Zoldyck. Yes, sir.
Wow.
We cut to the Hunters gathering, and we get a first look at Biscuit and Abangane, the latter being one of the most talented Nen users in the world, according to Togashi. I'll be honest, I've never understood that trick that's being played here. Or track, maybe? Maybe you guys or insert name can explain it, because the whole waiting while sitting versus waiting in line, I don't get what Poohhead is trying to say here. Oh, me either.
I mean, basically, basically, like, the people that are entering immediately, they know their shit. They're gonna pass, basically. The people that are kind of just, like, anxiously, like you know, they didn't want to go up immediately to, like, show off their nen, but, like, they don't want to, like, just be, like, sitting down the entire time either. They're just, like, too much in a rush, basically. They're gonna get weeded out. It's a very weird and interesting way of exploring this concept of like, you know, kind of being confident in your own abilities, but I think that's like the gist of what Poohhead was trying to get across.
Fair enough, sure. Jeet just walks over Biscuit. A murderous intent intensify. Yeah, I still have no idea what that was about. I like the idea of Batera watching everything over closed circuit. Sounds like a man that likes to keep a close eye on his investments. Yes. I do like this extra content with the troop, even if ultimately they don't. I do like this extra content. Oh boy, you repeated the same thing.
I mean, he did give us a warning.
Even, yeah, I know. Even if ultimately they don't do much this arc, just seeing them operating in the background is still a treat. Treat. That's fun.
You can tell how, like, rushed he was here.
Yeah, I know. I'm also grateful for Cheeky Machi. Yes, somebody else used that same wording.
Yeah, Cheeky Machi.
Cheeky Machi. She is very cheeky there.
Yeah.
Back with the selection, it's Kilo's turn, and oh man, that corridor is so 2000s. The lens flare, the curtain that don't seem to avoid the only clear light source. The richly textured floor, it reeks of early digital era. Yeah, 100%. By the way, Magitech, I'm not judging. I know the circumstances. it's rough. I'm trying to get through. Anyway, Kilo showing his electricity is a classic, and I agree that 2011 did a much better job, but there's a few things I'll prize. 1, they kept Sesgera disturbed eyebrow twitch from the manga. 2, the light bulb exploding after Kilo explains how he's able to do that. It's a very nice shot. Yes, I agree. Yeah, 2011 did do a better job of showing, like, the how impressive it is, I guess, because they made, like, lightning flying everywhere.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, yeah, whatever. It just looked more visually impressive, whereas here it's just, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of lightning and touches the floor, but I think it's still sort of impressive to see, because, like, we haven't seen a lot of Nen at this point.
Yeah. But also, like, especially if you're looking at it from, like, Sesgera's point of view also, just the fact that, like, he taught himself this kind of Hatsu within 4 days, like, alone is like, whoa. Yeah. Like, that is insane. Like, cause he said himself, it takes, like, years to master that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like, you'd have to expose yourself to lightning and electricity for years.
Yeah.
Which he did. Just not with the goal of making an Nen ability.
Mm-hmm.
We continue to the winner's side, and the animosity between Biscuit and Jeet continues. Maybe they were trying to flag Biscuit as a red herring for his dead. I don't know.
Yeah, Biscuit's the bomber. That's right.
Yes, Biscuit's the bomber. Oh, death is probably what you meant. Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. I don't know. It's incredibly bizarre. But now we must say 2 final goodbyes. One for Leorio. Does that mean we won't see each other for 4 years? Laugh so you don't cry. And one for York New. We're finally leaving the place we've been a part of for so long now. Yeah, monumental. We get the traditional rock, paper, scissors, and dear God, this episode is just Biscuit getting progressively more and more pissed off. Yeah, for, like, no reason, too. It's fascinating to compare the intro room of all the versions, because Togashi's love for geometric figures and negative space, the interpretations of his designs, can vary widely. 2011 with its pure otherworldly white with a single door to here where everything looks more tech-based. Also, Gon is carrying his fishing rod. He did that in the manga too. Yes, I did verify that. Episode 74, we start like Greed Island always does, with Eita. Her and her sister very doll-like designs has always made me wonder if the idea of them being game masters was there from the start, because they really feel uncanny valley game trying to imitate people. Jing's message doesn't help on that department. It's funny because this is technically manga accurate where she is saying this, but there it looks more like she's reading the message on her monitor, while here Jing is speaking through her. In 2011, we also get a recorded message, but we don't really see Eita speak, so it might just be a normal recording. Yeah. Personally, I find this the more fun option. Skipping the tutorial, not much to say about it. Instead, I'm going to talk about something that's been bothering me and that you guys briefly touched on last week. There's this weird pattern where 99 gives a character a somewhat brown or reddish hue, but then in 2011, they're presented as much lighter blondes, if not silvery white. That's a hard word.
We'll give Kaige a chance to catch his breath there as I move on with the rest of his comment. Ada, Kite, Bluesky, Melody, Genthru, Karapika's wig. And those are the ones on the top of my head. And there must be a weird color theory about it, because the first time I read Chimera Ant, I pictured Komugi as a redhead.
Oh, wow.
That's a weird one to think about.
That is.
That'd be very interesting.
Yeah.
I think about all of the random segue here, but like I think about all the time now what Chimera Ant would look like in 99 with everything I know now.
I know.
Such an interesting timeline. I'd love to peek into.
Me too.
And so, after a rather creepy zoom in as Eita explains that you can die, we're finally introduced to the big plains of the starting area. Oh look, it's the Bellum brothers, the spiritual sequel of the two randos that try to enter the Zoldyck estate by dynamite.
True.
And speaking of randos, next we have Latarza. And look, they gave him his Somi headphones. That's right.
Let's go. I didn't know his name was Latarza.
Yeah, it took me a second to process, like, who's Latarza again? Like, with that out of the way, we arrive at Antokiba? I can't remember how you say that, actually.
I don't know.
And there's a lot of references in those posters. I think I saw... you
spelled it wrong.
Hiei, okay. That threw me off, my bad.
There's another EI after that.
Yeah. Hiei in one of them. Happy 9/11, everyone. Happy 9/11.
Happy 9/11, that's what you say for sure.
Rip Jeet. Yeah, the censorship and the weird distortion sucks, but the actual expression is not that far off from the manga. Truly horrific.
I think it was better than 2011, I'll say it.
Yep.
All around. So, censorship, sure, but it's less censored than 2011.
Yeah, it still looks gnarly to me anyways. Rest in peace, Jeet. And so, the episode ends with the introduction of, how do you say his name? Nikke's?
Yeah, I think it's just Nikke. I don't think there's an S there.
Okay, Nikke. Who comes with an offer. Is the problem with this episode, there's so much intro text, there's not much to say outside of pointing stuff out. But there's something else I want to mention. Some have said that this version of Greed Island is more melancholical and dramatic, and that doesn't fit the theme of the arc, and I agree to a point. But here's the thing, what they're trying to do, in my opinion, is portray a sense of importance and grandeur. The thing about Greed Island, due to highlight that it's treated as a transitional arc. Wait, the thing about Greed Island, due to highlight, that it's treated as a transitional arc. It's not the best. Okay, let me read the rest of this. This will maybe make more sense.
Yeah.
It's not the next big chapter in the story. It's the bridge you have to cross to get from York New to Chimera Ant. So I can't blame this OVA for trying to give it a more epic feel. Okay, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, okay.
You're saying that for most people's point of view, this is a transitional arc, and so this like lots of importance you're trying to give to this arc just doesn't make sense. But from 99's perspective, they don't really have anything after this, so they want to make it as grand as they can. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're putting down there, and I can agree to that to an extent, too.
Mm-hmm.
Next time on Hunter x Hunter, Card Hunters, Player Hunters, First Comes Rock.
Let's go. I'm hyped.
Very hyped.
All right. Thank you, Magitech. Next up is from Fillard Millmore, who says, Episode 3. The best way I can summarize this episode off the bat is that it was kind of terrible, but watching it put me in an excellent mood. The direction is just so funny to me. Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. Come on,
I don't think so either. The visuals are jank, but I have to admit that I have a soft spot for the sort of crappy looking animation, especially of this era.
Maybe that's
so
my
that
thing with it. I don't know.
So this is the thing. This is all just of the time, of the era. I mean, I grew up with this stuff. I'm very used to anime looking like this. So I'm just not that off put by it. I don't know. It's pretty stock standard for early 2000s animation. Mm-hmm. So I guess by today's standards it is pretty poor animation, and even by the standards set before it is poor animation, but of the standards of using this new technology, this is just what it looked like. I don't know. Just my perspective on it. Maybe I'm just more forgiving on it for that reason. Starting right off the bat with a non-canon emotional flashback, as is the way of 99. Yep. I like how Killua's whole family is here. Yeah, for Silva's pretty basic spiel. Like, what's this got to do with Zig? Yeah, I don't know why the whole family is present for this little lecture, but right on. Abangane is so pale. Really? Am I blind? I did not notice Abangane being pale.
He might be. Maybe we were just focused on other things happening in that moment. I don't really know. I know for me, I was focused on like the track that was playing, because that was right when like Gon entered Great Island, right? Still.
I've seen him a couple times, but yeah.
Yeah, true. I don't know. He might have been though. I don't.
We'll see
enough
more
comments here where very clearly.
Yeah, he must be. Yeah, I really didn't notice. And the first shot featuring Bluesky presents her like a haunted doll from a horror movie. While she may have kind of looked like that on the cover of Volume 15, it's still a weird choice. They have her lurk like this ominous haunted presence for the entire episode. This thought is very irrelevant, but the change in Abangane's skin tone reminds me of those two 2011 Hunterpedias where Gon and Killua are black for no reason. Why did they do that? I feel like no one knows. I do know. It's really weird, but it's because it was summertime. And in Japan, I mean, you typically get a tan in the summer. So the idea was that they're supposed to be tan, but they do just look black. It's really odd. But that is the reason. That's the real reason. Something I like about this scene when people are getting into line, regardless of the adaptation, is that it sort of reminds us why we as the audience spend so much time in the deuteragonist's thoughts and so little time in the protagonist's thoughts. Gon works on instinct and doesn't overthink, whereas Killua considers every angle to everything ad nauseum, and we, the viewer, have to hear all of it. Oh no, the aura does not look great. Killua's presentation of his Hatsu is also sort of underwhelming, which makes Sesgera's overwhelmed response kind of accidentally funny. Sorta, maybe, yeah. God, this episode is directed so weirdly. Killua casually tells Gon he's gonna go, and Gon replies by screaming, "Good luck," at a disproportionate volume. Oh, I wanted to point that out too. Yeah, his mic clips, or her mic clips, whenever she reads that line.
Oopsie.
Yeah, it's so damn loud. Killua barely reacts, and then we go into his hand, and alien music is playing as we are placed into this walking POV, entering into a spooky hallway and flashing the camera through reflections and overhead shots and grayscale flashbacks and shit, all in the span of like 20 seconds. We couldn't have done a single part of this normal. I'm so overstimulated, but I have to love it because it's so goofy. The director has certainly never heard of less is more. True. God, what are these close-ups? JD Vance jump scare. Who did you say? You said Sesgera looks like JD Vance? I do not see it. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Go off.
It's funny though.
Parts of this episode are edited like a YouTube poop. Yeah, kinda. Okay, Leorio looks completely different to me here compared to the prior two episodes. Yeah, I kind of noticed that too. And I don't know if I'm like just forgetting or if his design actually changed a bit. Also, the way we got a scene with Leorio for 5 seconds and then it ended abruptly was so weird. I had to go back. Yeah, I know. I had to go back and confirm that it even happened because it ended so suddenly and transitioned into Pooh Hat laughing about nothing. Is my file a little fucked up? Is there just a 5-second clip of the restaurant scene placed randomly during the testing portion? No, that's there. And I do like not know why. Yeah. It's very bizarre.
Beats me.
The children are so cute or so joyful compared to the depression of the last episode. The faces they make while Killua hits Gon are very cute and an example of one of the off-model moments that I like. With this conversation at Baretta's weird...
Batera.
Batera. Baretta. Weird catacombs mansion, we get to one of my favorite aspects of Greed Island that was mostly removed from the 2011 anime. Killua struggling to make Gon understand games. He just called him a noob. Also, if I remember correctly from the manga, Killua's gamer tag is Evans. I don't know why.
Evans.
Interesting.
That's epic.
And why does Pooh Hat's outfit show so much cleavage? I mean, show off the goods, man.
Yeah, let a man breathe, you know? All right. Last stretch of this comment. Episode 4. Maybe I have bad aesthetic tastes, but I love this cyber room and the appearance of the book. I think the visuals of this episode are an upgrade from the previous. There certainly weren't the same baffling directorial choices. Also, the reveal of the quite regular-looking prairie was very dramatic and long. It was, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a wide open world out there, you know? Just stretch your mind a little bit. When you think about it, Gon and Killua actually pointed in the same direction since they were facing each other. So that rock, paper, scissors match to decide which way to go was for nothing.
True.
Wait, you're right, actually. Oh, well. Sorry, but I must comment on the fact that the day in the episode is September 11th. My subtitles add in the disclaimer that this plot was created before September 11th was a significant date.
That's not true.
And I believed that to be true until recently, but it's not.
Yeah, no, it is not.
Recently, I was looking through chapter release dates, plotting my own hiatus chart, and seeing which hiatus I was born during, etc. And I noticed that chapter...
I love that. Like, there's this trend for, like, Shonen Jump issues where, like, you always see what issue came out the week you were born. But for Hunter x Hunter, it's what hiatus was happening.
Fucking never change. Hunter
so
Hunter.
Funny. Oh, man.
Anyways, yeah. And I noticed that chapter 127, which is titled September 10th, Part 4, was released in late August of 2001. And the next chapter, September 10th, Part 5, was released October 1st of 2001. So 9/11 occurred between chapters about the characters leaving New York City on September 10th. That's kind of insane, actually. Oh my god.
Dude, they just missed it. They could have done something, bro.
Dude, he had a terrorist character in place and everything.
Oh, shit. They could... why weren't they there, man? They could have helped.
I really want to peer into the mind of Togashi, like what must have gone through his mind the moment he got the news of that event happening. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
In the manga, it is implied that at some point a day passes between the time that Gon enters the game and the time that he and Killua reaches Antokiba town, whatever. And that's why it's the 11th. There's no such implication in the OVA, so it kind of makes the timeline confusing, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, the coincidence is crazy, and technically the subtitles were wrong when they said that the plot was created before 9/11. The plot was actually created or published in Weekly Shonen Jump less than a month after 9/11, if these Hunterpedia wiki release dates are correct. The more you know.
Yeah, I didn't think it was in that close proximity. That's actually insane.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty comfortably after 9/11, but
No, it's
wow.
right there. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
FYI, the boys being forced to work to pay for the sodas is something from the manga the 2011 cut out. Oh, okay.
Thought so, yeah.
There was quite a bit of stuff at the beginning of Green Island that was cut out of 2011 that I'm glad to see animated in the OVA. Yeah, little fun things like that, they should be there, I think. It just adds
it's like
to
back, the sushi thing in the hunter exam that they cut in 2011 that we got in 99. Just fun little things.
Yeah, it's just fun. Why not?
Yeah.
Killua called people NPCs and complained about menial. I can't remember how you say it actually. Okay. Wages back in the outs. He was so ahead of his time. The aughts. I've never read that word out loud before. Guys are tripping me up now. He was so ahead of his time. He truly was.
He was. He really was.
So, lesson to be learned here. 9/11. That's it.
Gon could have stopped 9/11, guys.
He could have.
If he just stayed another day.
It is what it is, though. But thank you for writing in, Phil Milmore, and thank you to everybody else who also wrote in this week. Reminder again, if you want to get in on this type of fun, any given topic week to week, make sure you keep an eye out for YouTube community posts, the call-out posts on Twitter and Bluesky, and of course, you can always email us at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com.
That's right. And with that, this has been the Hunter Association. Thank you so much for listening. We are available on all major podcasting platforms as well as YouTube for the video version. Be sure to follow, rate, review, and comment on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow us on Twitter at TX268Pod as well as Bluesky at THAPod for updates on the show and as an alternative way to submit responses to the weekly call-out posts. As always, we'll be here the same time every week talking about Hunter x Hunter. Dylan, where can people find you online?
You can find me online at DJ Tengen. That's DJTENGEN on both Twitter and Bluesky. Go give me a follow if you're interested.
Yes, sir. And you can find me on YouTube and Bluesky at Manga Kaige. Classic stuff. You know the drill. Now, for the show, next week, it's character retrospective time. We are doing Biscuit.
Yeah.
Topical.
Very fitting.
Yeah, she hasn't spoken yet in this adaptation, but where she is on screen at least. So yeah, we'll talk all about her. And after that we'll continue. It's we're kind of in a race here. Let's see if we finish 99 first or if chapters will come back first.
I have a feeling it'll be the latter, but
I would hope so. So yeah, I did all the scheduling out just in case. And if we were to go as normal, we would finish 99 in May. So I hope to God we get new chapters before May.
I sure hope so. We'll see. I don't know anymore at this point, man. I'm gonna be so for real.
I don't either, man.
They're gonna shadow drop it at this rate that we're going.
Oh, that would be a problem.
Yeah, no shit.
Other things I do want to mention. A couple weeks ago, we got a comment about Spotify taking down our episodes and whatnot. We are working on a fix for that. It'll be some time before it's fully implemented because the reason that episodes are being taken down is because of the music we use for transitional stuff in the intro.
Makes sense.
Spotify is the only service that actually cares about it. I comply with the 5-second rule, but whatever. I guess Spotify has a different rule about it. Whatever, and only for certain episodes. I don't know. Somebody explain that to me because it makes absolutely no sense. But also, I want to give you guys a little life hack. You Spotify users. This has been the case since we started this podcast, and I still have no idea why it's the case. But there are 2 listings of our podcast on Spotify. One of them does not get episodes removed. So you can go check that one out. I don't know why it's like that.
I've investigated that multiple times since we noticed that issue cropping up, and I still have no idea why it's doubled up.
No. If you guys don't understand how podcasts work, I get an RSS feed. That RSS feed pushes it out to everything, every service out there. We're on Audible, but for some reason it just fed it to Spotify twice. I guess I don't know. I have no idea.
And there's no way to edit it either. So like,
no, we're powerless. All right. So that's my word of advice for now. But the normal feed that has more listeners, that will be addressed, and it should never be a problem again. In the nearest future.
In the near future, we're working on a solution, but
yes.
That's all we can say.
All right. Yeah. That's all we got this week. We'll see you next week for Biscuit. And yeah, take it easy, guys. Thanks for listening and watching.
Later, guys. Have a good one.